Hello again, folks. Thought I'd make a little video that you might find helpful. Especially if you're into doing live videos, either as a maker of live videos or a participant in the chats. If we've done probably one but definitely if you've done several, more than likely you have encountered a troll. I thought I would give you a little help in how to deal with them. There's a number of ways to deal with a troll. First thing is to understand what they are. I would suggest maybe doing a little reading to get inside the mindset of a troll, so you kind of understand what their goal is. Their goal is twofold, really. One is attention for themselves, and the other is to disrupt or to cause people to be upset. Google the term psychology trolls and a number of different things will pop up. You can kind of become familiar with what they're about. Number of ways to deal with them. I think the best way, at least to deny them everything they want, is just to ignore them. Sometimes that can be hard to do, especially when someone else in the chat starts yapping back at them. Another good way, click on their name and block them. Just get rid of them. Be aware though, when you click on someone's name and you try to block them or report them or anything like that, one of those, and I can't remember which, can disrupt your video, take you away from the live video. And I think that's report. You can block them, put them in a timeout, delete their comments. There's a number of things you can do. That takes effort. Number 3, which is probably the worst way to deal with them, is to start yelling at them, telling them to leave, go away, that kind of thing. That just adds fuel to their fire. That leaves 2 ways in my book. One is to throw it back in their face, which is probably the most fun of all the ways to deal with them. Which I'll come back to in a second. The 5th way is to try to help them. Generally speaking, a troll does not come into a chat seeking help for himself. You're probably going to waste your time if you try that. But back to number 4. Turn it back on them. They are very typically weak-minded individuals. And if you start trolling them, they'll usually leave. They may push back for a minute or two, That's why it's handy to go read up a little bit on them and understand them a little bit. You can make their life miserable for a couple of minutes, and then they'll take off. I tried this approach recently with one in a live chat, and he ended up leaving, but before he did, he was saying things like, "Why you gotta be so personal, man?" I mean, he was defending himself, which I thought was hilarious. But if you want to have a little fun with them, that's the way to go. And if your live chat is boring, maybe it'll spice it up a little bit. And if you've been doing lives and you haven't had a troll, you will. It is inevitable. They will find you. There are even those in the YTPC that troll live chats. They're a little bit more subtle about it, but they're there. I see them all the time. So don't be upset by them when they come in. That's the worst thing you can do. Best thing you can do is ignore them. Most fun thing you can do is make them look like idiots. So that's all I got, really. Just a little quick thing on trolls. It was on my mind. I'm gonna go enjoy this pipe. I suggest you do the same. While you're at it, ignore the hype.